Every so often, something comes along in the world of AI that just completely changes the game. Today, we're talking about a text-to-image model that is seriously shifting our expectations for what AI-generated art can be. It's called Qwen Image, and honestly, it feels like we're watching a new dawn of digital realism.
We've all gotten pretty good at spotting AI-generated images, right? There's that look, that subtle, kind of uncanny signature that just gives it away. But with the speed this technology is moving, we are getting incredibly close to the point where telling the difference between a real photograph and a generated image is going to be nearly impossible. This really could be the end of that distinct AI look as we know it. So, here's our game plan. We'll start by looking at those classic flaws that give AI images away, then dive into how this new model is just blowing past them. After that, we'll put it to the test with some really complex prompts, give you a quick start guide to get it running yourself, and finally, we'll talk about what this all means for the future of creativity. All right, first things first. To really get why this is such a huge deal, we need to talk about the problem it's solving. For a long time, AI images have been trapped in this weird space, this uncanny valley, where they're almost real, but not quite.
And you know exactly what I'm talking about. The skin on people always looks a bit too waxy, a little plasticky. The eyes, they can look kind of soulless, right? And don't even get me started on text. It's usually just a jumbled mess of symbols. Landscapes can feel flat, and if you zoom in on fine details like fur or fabric, the illusion just completely falls apart. These are those little giveaways. Well, this is where Qwen Image steps onto the scene. It wasn't just built to be a little better. It was specifically designed to tackle these exact problems head-on. And spoiler alert, it does a phenomenal job. The secret sauce here isn't just one thing. It's a targeted three-pronged advance. The model focuses on three key areas: mastering human realism, rendering incredibly fine natural detail, and, this is a big one, getting text and composition right. First up, human realism. That plasticky AI skin we were just talking about, gone. This model produces skin textures and facial features that are just remarkably lifelike. It captures actual, genuine emotion, moving us way beyond those dead-eyed portraits from older models. Next, natural detail. The model brings this incredible new level of clarity to organic textures. We're talking about the intricate patterns in an animal's fur, the delicate vein on a leaf, the way light plays across a landscape. It's all rendered with this rich, organic detail that makes it feel real. And the third major leap is text. This has been the Achilles heel for so long. For what feels like the first time, a model can deliver sharp, accurate text with sharp layout and style. This just blows the doors wide open for creating things like believable posters, signs, or any composition with words. Okay, so the theory sounds great, but the proof is in the pudding, right? Let's stop talking about it and actually see what this model can do when you throw some seriously complex prompts its way. I mean, look at a prompt like this. It's not just asking for a greenhouse. It's describing an entire atmosphere, a whole story. It needs to understand the relationship between shattered glass and rusted iron and overgrown vines. That's a huge ask. And the results are just wow. Ask for a tired man in a coffee shop and it nails the subtle exhaustion in his eyes. Ask for a hummingbird, and you can see the individual feathers frozen in midair. It can generate a perfect 1950s poster where the retro text is spot on and the paper looks authentically old. And that Victorian greenhouse, every single detail is there, rendered with unbelievable fidelity. So you're probably thinking, okay, I need to try this. Well, let's walk through a quick guide to get you set up using Comfy UI, which is a really popular way to run these kinds of models. It really just boils down to 4 simple steps. First, you'll want to make sure your Comfy UI is totally up to date. Second, you download all the model files, and there are a few. Third, you've got to put those files in the right folders. And finally, you just load up the workflow. Now, getting the files in the right place is absolutely key. The main model, the diffusion model, goes in the diffusion folder. The text encoder, which is called a clip model, goes in the clip folder. That's what helps the AI understand your words. And finally, the VAE, which helps build the final image, goes in the VAE folder. It's really that straightforward. All right, a quick but really important heads up on the hardware. This is not a lightweight tool. To run the full-fat, top-quality version of this model, you're going to need a graphics card with more than 48 gigabytes of VRAM. Yeah, this thing is a beast, and all that power requires a lot of power. So let's zoom out. Beyond the tech specs and the setup guides, what does this actually mean? What are the bigger implications here? Well, it feels like we are stepping into a whole new creative frontier.
What's really happening is that AI is moving past just imitating reality. It's moving into the realm of true creation. When you have a tool that can render your most detailed, complex ideas with this kind of accuracy, it stops being a novelty. It becomes a legitimate, powerful instrument for art and design. The barrier between what you can imagine and a photorealistic result has never, ever been lower. The tool itself is no longer the main limitation. With AI achieving this incredible mastery of reality, the challenge now shifts away from technical skill and back to where it belongs: the power and creativity of our ideas.